How's she going, my son? And welcome back to Civilization 5 with Polynesia. We've got our second city set up now, Samoa. Good times to be had there. Not much else going on, really. Build a Coliseum. Start making some happiness instead of being reliant on farming luxuries. Got our scouts going. We've got one down this way, looking for the other continent. Because if I can get some prime real estate over there before anyone else on my continent even realizes it exists, all the better. And if I meet everybody first, and then be the first person to make the printing press, I can found the World Congress first, which is always a good thing to do, because then you get an extra vote. Because you're the guy who founded it. Which is awesome. Ugh. 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 This spot's terrible. You lose so much to all these mountains, because you can't do anything with mountains. I mean, you want to build a city next to a mountain for an observatory and such, and a couple of world wonders, but... like, ugh, I don't need this many. I just need this one. To get rid of these ones, please. When you get dynamite, you should be able to blow up mountains. Oh, well. Or, like, do something with them. Like, make them mines or something by blowing stuff up in them. That'd be neat. Because there's really only two things you can do with mountains, or two things that you can interact with mountains with. If you're Carthage and you've made a great general... your units can go through them, but they take 50 damage if they stay in one in a turn. So, like, pass through, don't stick around. Or, helicopter gunships later in the game can also just go over them. Because the helicopter gunships act like a land unit, air quotes, but they basically have ignore all terrain, which includes mountains. Which is kind of neat. Got most of the coast explored. Which is good. Yeah. Declare you're protecting the city-states all you want. I really don't care. If I want something out of them, I'm going to take it. And I don't care what you say. I'm a terrible neighbor in this game. Okay. Haven't made my religion yet. But I have access to that. So I'm going to hold off on actually picking it. Just in case I screw myself. By accident. So I'm going to wait until I have the religion, pick that ability, and then get the Reformation belief right away. That's the game plan anyway. Man, this stretch of land kind of sucks. Pardon me. I mean, actually, this spot here is pretty decent. Even if the land is crap, it's near a good coastline, so that makes up for it. Probably settle, like, if I am settling for here, I'd probably settle, like, here? Yeah, because then I have, like, all the land. Well, most of the land. I'm missing this deer, but that's fine. But then I get that. Although I might settle here instead. So I get that deer. I get this fish. I get these fish. I get, like, this entire landmass, and then I can build giant heads everywhere. Well, except here and here, because I have to build things to claim the luxuries, but still, that's not bad. Although I might not claim one of those coppers if I build down there, and just build a giant head on it anyway. Because Earth Mother will still apply to the tile, even if I build a giant head on it. I don't have to build a mine there. I just won't have the copper for trading to other people, but, I mean... I already have another copy, and I'm going to have another copy up here, so I might not even bother. Another copy up here, too, so... whatever. What's one in the long, grand scheme of things, huh? Probably not much. Whereas I'd rather have the giant head to accelerate the whole culture victory thing. Ugh. The one flaw with this strategy, is ending up in a situation where you find something cool inland, but you can't really exploit it because you're not going to be building inland. And particularly painful later when you're like, I get to the Industrial Revolution, let's see if I have any coal. Nope. Crap. I have no coal. I can't industrialize unless I build inland. Which is kind of bullshit. Or I trade with other people, which gets costly. Particularly once people start not liking you because of ideologies and stuff. is always a pain in the arse. I'm going to assume the person with...
Even brute beasts and wandering birds do not fall into the same traps or nets twice.
I'm going to assume the person with desert folklore has the first religion. Oh wait, actually, I can check that. I don't have to guess. I can check. Yeah, Islam. I want to say that's Morocco, because Morocco has a desert tile preference for starting in the game. So, horseback riding? Actually, you know what? Yeah, horseback riding, because I'm actually near a bunch of horses. I can build the Circus Maximus, which is a really good national wonder. It's not exclusive one to the world, but it is exclusive one per empire. Plus, the requirement for building a national wonder is always have every one of your cities have this building, whatever that building happens to be. So building them early is good, because then you don't have to have as many of the building in question. Man, this continent is very jungly. Very jungly. Except for this weird southern pole tundra thing I got going on down here. I guess this is Gao, which would be Songhai's capital. Probably why he found me so fast. His guy's just beeline south and is like, hey, I found this orange person. Let's settle directly near them. I hope he doesn't. Oh, hello. Oh, hello, barbarian archer. Why are we friends with Quebec City? What happened there? Did I miss a memo? I think I did. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ow. I think I can kill them. Basically, if the RNG is really good, I can kill them and get some free rep with Quebec City. Charge! Oh, you're done. Oh, crap. Then Quebec City's gonna kill him and no one's gonna get anything. Sad panda. Boo. Oh well. Lots of copper spots. Is that road built? Yes. City connection established. Alright. Build a giant head on the cows. Oh, hello, Songhai. You have a lot of units. Why do you have a lot of units? Oh, wait, I forgot. You're a warmonger. Or at least, you're very military. I don't know, I wouldn't call you a warmonger specifically, but you are, like, right to bear arms kind of nation. Probably one of the most pointless roads I've ever built, but it's still making me money. At least I think it is. I'd have to double check. 3 from city connections, and it costs 3, so it's breaking even at this point. Oh, hello. Get out of my waters. Next thing I need to get most definitely is a point in Liberty, because I want to build the pyramids. The 2 free workers is nice, but the real long-term benefit is the 25% increase to build speed for tile improvements. And I'm going to be making a lot of tile improvements, because I always do. Even if I'm not being Polynesia, but especially because I'm being Polynesia. I'm going to be making a lot of them. Jeez, you guys got a lot of warriors. Why so many warriors? I'm a little leery about giving him my embassy, because that means he knows where my capital is. I suppose he already knows where it is anyway. Is he like honor right away? He might be. Yeah, honor 4. Liberty 4, piety 3. I guess I'm piety 2. Whoops. I'm piety 2 because I haven't picked my 3rd point yet. Okay, shrine finished here. Excellent. So we should be expecting the Great Prophet to show up at any moment now. And by any moment, I mean any turn. It's not like he's going to spawn in the middle of a turn and just be like, hey, how's it going? I'm just like, be really confused. It'd be kind of funny if it did, though. Of course, then in multiplayer games, people would be like, why aren't you ending your turn? I'm waiting for the Great Prophet to show up. He's not going to show up, damn it. End your turn. No, he might show up. He might show up, and he won't show up if I end my turn too soon. That would be so bad. That would be a terrible mechanic. Funny in a trollish sort of way, though. Oh, found Kiev. Yeah, that's Gao. That's, Songhai's capital. Have you built any buildings? Or have you just built warriors every single one of your turns? Seriously. I mean, sure, you're safe from the barbarians, but your people aren't going anywhere. You're just kind of petering around in circles. Oh. That's not Stockholm. That's a new city. Start building up on these pastures because my people will want to work on these tiles due to the 3 food. If you leave them to their own devices, your people always go to the tiles with the most food on them. Although I find with default focus, they tend to, you know, default focus is the, like, focus of, you try to get a little bit of everything. Oh, excuse me. Getting a little nasally from talking so much. I've done a lot of recording today, actually. This is my last couple episodes of Rogue Legacy I did earlier this morning, and doing these ones now. Come on, find the other continent already. Jeez. Maybe we should have went the other way. Took a wrong turn at Albuquerque is what I did. Sigtuna. So that's only his second city. So he's not built in any other direction. Yes, I've actually played this game enough that I'm starting to recognize the names of the cities. And what order they mean. It's kind of sad, I know. Oh. Great prophet! Praise the sun! Alright, so. Bam. Does it really matter? I mean, the symbol doesn't really matter, although I can't pick this one because it's already been picked. Pick this one. Giant heads. That is my religion. I will get... I'm going to get +2 gold for every city following the religion. That one's pretty good. I will get... mosques. Found a religion. Bam. And then by this ability... get a Reformation belief immediately, which is sacred sites. Awesome. So the moment I start building mosques, I start getting tourism. And some cultures haven't even figured out how to rub 2 sticks together. That's awesome. Of course, I'm a little small, and I'm a little small and pathetic nation size-wise, which I'm not the biggest fan of. I normally like getting big, dirty nations with tradition and or liberty. Sometimes I like having both. Those are the ones that killed my scout from earlier. I'm pretty damn sure. Oh, he does have a third nation. I guess he's just kind of like going over that way. Is he Liberty? He might be Liberty. No, he's Piety. Jeez. Cardboard cities much? Although, the king of cardboard cities... freaking Shaka Zulu. Or Shaka, whatever his name is. I know it's Shaka something. I don't know if it's Shaka Zulu. I know his people are the Zulus. But Shaka Zulu might not be actually his name. Oh no, my boat. You jerk. Helsinki. Pretty sure that's his third. Oh, man. Oh, crap. Well, I think that scout is going to die to these archers as well. At least I have the entire coastline of this continent covered, though. That's good to know. You know, one of these days with Polynesia, I want to go, like, super aggro early on a continents map, so, like, there's 2 continents of separate people, and just take out everybody on my continent before I even meet the other continent. Ah, crap. And, you know, just have a continent all to myself. And then everyone else is looking at me like, where are your neighbors? I'm like, what neighbors? I'm here all by myself. I'm so glad to finally meet other people. Pay no attention to the annexed cities and such. You know, pay no attention to the courthouses in, like, nearly all my cities. Giant head has been built. Huzzah. Kinda wish this tile was clean, because then I can build another giant head, and this one would get better. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna buy it. Bam. Probably a bit of a waste of money, but I have plans, and I'm not willing to wait for the game's half-arsed natural border expansion to work. Particularly because I haven't made it any better with tradition points yet. Petra has been built in a faraway land. Don't think I could have built that myself anyway, because you need to be on a desert for that. And I'm going to assume Morocco built that, because...
A horse. My kingdom for a horse.
I'm going to assume Morocco built that because, you know, he's got a desert bias. Why can't I build Horseman? Oh. God damn it, I haven't actually claimed the horses yet. That's why I can't build Horseman. I has no horses. Oi. Actually, you should try to build this. Mausoleum of Halicarnassus. I'm gonna go claim the horses then. Don't worry about the giant heads a little later. I don't need them online, like, immediately, but it doesn't hurt. Yeah, sailing, because we've got a couple of... fish to claim. And, you know, once we're down here in the, left bullock, the left nut of this little continent over here. Lots of fish to claim. God, I'm gonna prove the world is round by the time I find the other continent first. Sheesh. Oh well. Ooh. Street Prada. I notice a lot of the natural wonders that are mountains give faith. Like, almost all of them do. The only one I can think of that doesn't, I think, is Mount Kilimanjaro. Which gives the awesome altitude training promotion, though. And it is totally worth getting. Whether or not you're Spain. Spain is another one I do like to play. Because it's got a really big focus on finding the natural wonders and then settling on them. Because the game gives you 500 gold if you're the first person to find a natural wonder. What they don't tell you is that this is the exact cost of a settler. So that's kind of what you're meant to spend the money on. And now, obviously, if you're first one to find a wonder late game, you can spend it on whatever you want. But, I mean, you should probably buy a settler and settle on the wonder anyway. At least I would, because, you know, Isabella gets double, gets double the payout of a natural wonder when she works a natural wonder. So, for Sri Prada up here, she'd get 4 happiness, 8 faith, and 4 food from one tile. That's kind of amazing. Plus, since it's a mountain, she could settle her city right next to it and have immediate access to an observatory once you have that recent technology and all that, which is also good. You know. And also, if she, Shaka has complete... What? Why the... Why is he building Stonehenge? What? Guys, I'm confused. Why is the warmonger building a religion building? Like, that early. Like, probably spent most of his turns building that thing at this point. Huh. Oop, I think I found land. Since these tiles indicate that they're close enough to land to be worked. I may have found the other continent, guys. About time. Hopefully I find a good spot to settle, and then I can just set up shop on both continents. You know, assuming I have the happiness budget to do that. Because basically, you know, because happiness is basically your budget of how big your empire can be. You know, I can support 10 more people before I start dipping into negative happiness. Of course, these two cities will want to grow as well, but, you know, I have some wiggle room. I found out the other day you can't even settle, like you can't even attempt to settle or build a settler if your empire is angry, which was interesting. Because I was doing the stupid achievement with the Celts, because they have a city with a very long name, but it's the 33rd city you settle. So needless to say, this isn't going to come up in normal gameplay. You have to just purposely do this. And at one point I realized this and I just went screw it and started building cities like mad. But then I hit I hit anger out of my empire, and then I'm like, oh, it won't let me use the settler anymore, even the ones I've already built.
The sea has command of everything.
You know, won't even let me use the one I've already built. Oh, hello, barbarian hand axe. Get fucked. I said get fucked, don't live. Damn it. Okay, well, I'm already over my time limit here. It'll be a little bit of a cliffhanger. Although not much, it's a strategy game. You see what's going to happen in a few turns. Or in a turn. But anyway, thank you all so much for watching. Twitter, Tumblr, and subscription are in the description as usual. Civilization 5. It's a slow game. You know, this is very much a game you could play by mail if it was a physical... Well, I suppose you could kind of play by mail in the sense that, you know, online play. But, you know, you could play a session every, like a week out of every month or something. But, yeah, you know, it's a slow game, but it's an entertaining one, and I love it to pieces. Particularly just because I love the fact that, I know we're not very far along yet, but you remember how we started? We were one settler and this warrior, and now we already are covering this much land, and we've explored this much of the map. You know, just how far we've come, right? And it's only going to go up from here, which is amazing. But anyway, thank you all so much for watching, and ciao for now.